Rise up, gamers. Welcome to our first official episode of the Gaming Podcast. We are the Trios. We're going to bring you everything gaming, everything that has to do with gaming, all the new releases, all the gaming content that's out. First off, my name is I'm King Rhino, and I'm gonna let my other co-hosts introduce themselves.
What it is, y'all? Pro SKS. I go by SK, Gamingheaven100. Bow.
Hey, my fellow gamers and gamettes. My name is Mo. I go by Crazy Apex Lady, also known as BCray2020.
You guys can also find me on Sweet Soul Gaming on Instagram. But we're gonna dig into these topics. What you got for us, man?
Let's do it. Let's talk about Apex Legends. So what actually makes like a great Apex player? What actually makes a great legend, I should say?
They are legends.
They are legends, but you can become a legend. I'm on the road to become a legend. Apex Legends, they're gonna hire me. I'm gonna be a legend.
You was already at the damn legend. Shoot, many levels you on? I ain't even passed level 100 yet. Jesus. God.
Yeah, so that's
I'm
the
only
question.
like a level 15.
Listen, I'm
no
almost level 400.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
How many levels do it go to?
I think 5.
500?
Yeah, and then I think you become a predator after that point. So that's what I'm trying to become, a predator. So a predator is like you pretty much maxed out the level. And then like when you fly, like when you leave the ship, like you have a different flying streak than everybody else. So then you like, that's a diamond squad or that's a predator squad because their flying streak, like it may be like the regular ones are green, but if you like if a predator squad, it's like a diamond ice type of color. So like, okay, you dealing with predators. Yeah.
That's 500 levels. That's a lot of levels.
But
a lot of hours.
Yeah, it is. But a lot of people like get the gaming pass. And then that's like another quicker way to like level up. But surprisingly, I didn't get the gaming pass this season.
Why not?
I don't know. I think I was I'm really hell bent on crossplay. Like that's what I'm waiting on. I feel like they're playing with my emotions right now. I'm waiting on it. So when they first put out Rampart, I think I was more excited to try her out and like all the new stuff that they did. Like they nerfed some characters. They buffed them up. Like, so I was really excited about Rampart. So I'm like, well, why get the season pass? Because I already had the coins to unlock her. So I'm like, what's the point for the season? And I mean, if you do what you need to do as far as like leveling up, like they have the little like the little quests and stuff. If you do all that stuff, you can automatically get like different type of legendary skins, legendary key charms to go on your guns. So I'm like, at this point, it's not even worth it. Like I wanted to get a what do they call it? I wanted a heirloom. So it's like Lifeline has the little sticks or whatever, the fighting sticks, and then Rafe she has her little knife. But more of the story is people spend so much money on these Apex packs, like they spend money just to open them, hoping that they'll get an heirloom, and really they don't get none. So I'm like, whatever. I'm done buying the season pass. I'll just work hard for it.
You get the points where you can just unlock the character that you want and just go from there.
Yep.
Well, I ain't got no skins. I got some basic skins, basic characters, probably one extra character. I don't know what be going on half the time when I get on Apex, but it'd be crazy.
But that's the joy of it, though. Like, that's the joy of, like, working so hard to get your character this legendary skin or this emote or that's the part of it. Like, you grow with each legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I like about it.
Apex is fun.
So you guys are probably gonna be upset with me. I deleted Apex.
Apex, man.
Hey man, I didn't have enough space for my other games, so I had to delete something, and then I wasn't really playing Apex, and I suck at that game.
Hey, man, you just disrespected the queen, man. You disrespecting the queen down here, man.
How could you right now?
Talk to me nice, man.
I couldn't figure it out.
Well, I revisit Apex all the time. Actually, just got a win the other day, so I'm very excited about Apex. Now, I do not buy the season passes just because I'm on and off the game, but that doesn't take away from the enjoyment that I get from playing every time I get on there because I'm just a first-person shooter fanatic. So anything first-person shooting, I put my time into. And Apex is one of them competitors with Call of Duty and PUBG and Fortnite, and them the top 4 to me. So I get in there, dare dabble and indulge every now and again.
So you're all battle royale games then?
No, I play single players and stuff like that. I play everything. But right now, the majority of my squad plays battle royale games. So
Gotcha.
I spend most of my time on battle royale games.
Gotcha.
But pertaining to the question at hand and what makes a good Apex, what makes a good legend?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take this away since Rhino deleted the game.
First, you can't delete the game.
Well,
Right?
whatever. But I feel like, in any first-person shooter, Apex especially, the first thing that makes a good legend is your awareness on the field. Now, one thing I get caught up in is just I don't play it a lot. When we do go to a new map, I get kind of overwhelmed sometimes because I don't really know exactly where I'm going compared to the first map. The first map, I know that like the back of my head. I can run through that, know places to hide, where to camp at, all that stuff. But then some of the new maps, I can't really, because they done changed them. And then some of the maps, they earthquaking and moving around. Like, it get a little confusing, a little overwhelming. But I have so much awareness, though, when I play first-person shooters. I adapt to it really quick. But that is one of the things I think makes overall a good first-person battle royale player, period, is your awareness on the battlefield. So that's one of mine. Why you squinting like that?
I can't help it. I agree. I also feel like you have to be aware of your squad. Like, even if you're not running with a squad, just like some randoms, like, you have to be aware. I definitely feel like everybody has to be on the same page. Because like with Apex is very hard, because it's like I've noticed, like, with the randoms that I play with in Apex, like, everybody on that squad is so strong-minded. Like, everybody know where they want to go. Everybody know where they want to hit at. Everybody know if they want to land sweaty, non-sweaty. Like, it's just so hard to kind of like convince people to like, hey, go here or go here. So I feel like that's another thing too. I feel like if you're gonna play Apex Legends, you definitely need a squad.
Yeah,
because I play with randoms, and I have my good days with randoms to where we do get dubs, but I feel like you definitely need a strong squad to try to go into Apex.
Yeah, and that's. Oh, go ahead, Rhino.
I actually feel that with a lot of games, though. There's a lot of games based on first-person shooters. You got to play with a squad.
Yeah.
You don't know how a random's going to act one day. You might get a good random. You might get a horrific random.
It's rare, man. It's rare to get a good random player. And it's like...
And when you get a good random, you in their inbox, like, GG's,
hey,
my
bro,
guy.
GG. Hey, man. You want to play again? Hey, especially on them days where none of the squad is on, you're the only one on, and you just so happen to run across a good player. It's never 2 in a row, though. You never have a squad of 2 that are just, a squad of 3 where both of them are good. It's always that one that does his own thing. But that one player, that's how I won the other night. We was playing trios, and our third died. And me and this dude, we rocked it for the rest of the day match. And it was just like, dude, like, hey, man, we about the same level. You thinking the same way I'm thinking, man.
Right.
Because the last thing you want to do is get third party by a team that's not together. So it's like, and you're a team that's not together. So it's like, it's definitely key to have a good squad. Squads are key to battle royale games and multiplayer games in general, honestly.
Yeah.
So, but Apex is a fierce battle royale game. It can go sideways quick. So definitely. But I enjoy Apex, man. And another trait I think in becoming a legend is your it has to do with your awareness as well, and being a team player, because a lot of people aren't team players.
Yeah. And
we done hopped in a lot of matches together where it's just like, what the hell is our third doing?
Right.
Like, bro, what are you doing over there?
Like, why are you over there?
And any key to any battle royale game is the more bullets you firing at this dude on the opposite team, most likely you're gonna win the gunfight.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, man, stick with y'all teammates, man.
Yeah.
Don't get in no game just to run your own route. Compromise. I always
And
compromise
stop
when I play with
quitting.
randoms. And stop
Right.
the get into
That
it.
irks me, dude.
Get
That
into
irks
it.
my soul.
Oh,
Like,
man.
I see you, I hear you. Like, I'm gonna pick you up when it's appropriate, but don't leave the match because I didn't grab you when I was
Hey.
supposed to. That irks my. But you know, I'm guilty of that sometimes too. But the only reason why I quit out because of the opportunity. Like, if I die and they have to grab my banner. Like this morning, it was the perfect opportunity. Like, we were inside of the factory. Like, you could have been grabbed my shit. You could have been grabbed my banner.
Get it?
You could have been grabbed my banner and like dipped, but no, like they messed around. A whole nother squad came from behind, and then boom, everybody dead. So I feel like you have to also too, what makes a good Apex player, opportunity. You have to see the opportunity.
Yes.
And that's what going into fights and learning how to lead fights. Like, every fight ain't meant to be fought. Like, sometimes it's just a tad bit sweaty, and sometimes you gotta roll out.
It's all good to fall back.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you have to. Yeah.
And
right.
honestly, and that also
Sports,
comes
man.
down to, honestly, a lot of players out here, I think you need to know your stats, your personal stats. Saying that, meaning I know when I play that if I have an opportunity to wipe out a team and I know I can go about it and execute it right, I'll go for it. But if I'm in a position where I know, oh man, they're kind of strong, they're gonna wipe me out, then I dip. A lot of people just be like, oh man, he down, and they just run head first into a team of 3. Like, bro, you have no chance to taking on this squad. Like, chill, run, grab my chip, re-up, bring me back, let me get some guns, and then we can go, we can go do straight attack mode. Like, can't always be in attack mode. You gotta learn when to retreat. You gotta learn how to retreat, man.
I agree. But
that's how you be on Warzone.
It does. That's exactly how I be on Warzone. You're right.
I agree. Like, at first I was a very timid player when it came to Apex.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I will always be like, okay, wait, no, maybe we should go here. Like, should we rush that? No, don't rush. No, don't. But then I had to realize, and I'm like, what am I waiting on? Like, it's okay to get dropped. Like, if I die, so what? Yeah. Whatever. Like, I don't care. I can start over. But it's like, sometimes I notice to like get my high damage. Like, right now I'm trying to get 2K damage. I was almost there. But one thing about damage, like if you play for damage, you have to rush. Like, you're not going to get 1,000 damage off of just sitting there and being smart. Yeah, like, you can be smart with rushing, but you just have to coincide the two. Mm-hmm. Now, if you just running into a fight and your peers is all the way on the other side of the map and you just trying to think you can just go and just wipe the whole squad, then that's not happening. But I have seen some squad wipes before.
Yeah, I did one the other night. It's on stream. Check it out. Twitch.tv/@Gamingheaven100. Yeah, my team, that's exactly how it went, though. My teammates, we had got into a gunfight with one squad, got into the fight. Two of my teammates ended up going down. I was the last one left. They had wiped out 2 of the 3. So I killed the last guy, and come to find out there was a third team coming up from behind us. Now, I had, there's 2 of them. There's 2 heavy machine guns. One of them is your favorite.
Ball?
Spitfire?
Spitfire?
It was the Spitfire.
Flatline?
It was whichever one has the 100 rounds.
Spitfire.
I don't even think it's 100 rounds. Is the Spitfire. I had the Spitfire. Now,
does
I do this on Warzone.
And it goes hella fast?
This is how my Call of Duty tactics come into Apex. Now, I know I have full shields. Matter of fact, I had an Evo shield on like level 4. I think it was purple or red, whichever one. But I had an Evo shield, and I had that gun, and I know I had hella rounds. I said, all I gotta do is take one person out. It was a beam. They came up. I hit the corner, start laying one down. He didn't have no health or something because he went down kind of quick. Slid to the other side, caught the other 2 off guard, laid them out. Now, those are just tactics in my instincts of first-person shooters. But if you're aware of what you have in your equipment, don't be trying to run against somebody and you only got half a clip left, ain't no bullets, and you trying to take on the whole team. Like, it's your awareness and your ability and your rank.
Your knowledge, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Knowledge of first-person shooters will always adapt to any type of first-person shooter. Battle Royale, multiplayer, and team co-op. Always.
You gotta adapt.
I
And
agree.
you gotta listen. If you have a squad with mics, listen to your team. Unless they doing some bull, listen to your team.
Hey, no, okay. One, I do have something to make me a good Apex player. Play
Yeah.
other first-person shooters on the side too, because it will really help you. Help with your aiming. It will help with your awareness and your positioning
Hmm.
of where you have to be in battle royales or
Yeah.
on your multiplayer games. Anything.
Yeah.
Recommend not just sticking to one person,
Gotta
first-person shooter.
build
Right.
your IQ. Gotta build your IQ on
Mm-hmm.
every game that you play. Build your IQ up. The higher your IQ, the better you're gonna play. The better you
Agree.
can lead. And there are a lot of not a lot of leaders out here when it comes to video games. But once you do get a good squad mate that know how to lead, you're gonna get wins, man. It's all about the
Right.
win. All about being a competitor.
Yeah,
I
don't
agree.
be afraid to lead and step into that role because you'll surprise yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
man. I feel that, man. I feel it.
I agree.
Does anything else? What else makes an Apex legend? Like we covered the awareness, we covered being with a team, we covered following your squad, we covered communication. What else? What about pure sheer? Like you're just good at the game. You can't just be good at the game. You can't just be good.
You
I
gotta
think
start
knowing the
somewhere.
characters too.
Knowing the characters. That's what I suffer
Knowing the
from because
characters.
I don't know how everybody works. So
Yeah, like knowing the characters. I want to say when Apex
Mm.
first came out, I mained Bangalore. Like I could not put her down for nothing. And then after
Like
that, I'm
on
like, okay, all right. So then I slowly got into Lifeline, and
I
then
like
after
Lifeline.
Lifeline, I slowly got into Caustic. And then I'm like, okay. So I'm like, at this point, I'm slowly going to each legend, and I can get kills with them. So I'm like,
Right.
you know what? Let me play with all legends, because I'm like, why would I seen a Facebook, I was in this group, Apex Legends women's group or whatever, and it was like, who do you main? And I'm like, I main all of them. And she laughed at me, and I'm like, but no, like seriously though, because if I run into a fellow Lifeline, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
I'm gonna know what to expect from her. Like just like
Right.
if I run into a Crypto,
you're gonna
I'm
counter.
gonna know, yeah, like
Yep,
I'm
it's a
gonna know what
counterattack.
to expect. Yeah. So I'm like, let me get comfortable with all legends. I can't say honestly, the only legends I don't really play for or care for is Crypto or Pathfinder. But everybody else, I can pretty much play with them. But yeah, that's what makes a good Apex player, getting comfortable.
Yeah.
Because
And
it's always
I
gonna be
definitely suffer.
somebody in your squad or your queue who may, you know what I'm saying, pick your main. Then
Yeah.
what? Now you all uncomfortable and you can't play good because you don't have the person that you normally main.
Yep. Which can
Yep.
cause y'all to lose.
Right.
No victory.
Cause you
You
to
gotta be
lose
in
What's
your
your
right side
without.
too.
All right, what's your excuse?
Right.
I didn't have my character, bro. I
Right.
don't want to hear it.
Right.
That didn't stop you from picking me up.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I definitely suffer from that because I think I only played with Lifeline and Caustic, and I stuck with those two. I think when I recently got back on here last month on Apex is when I start playing with trying to fill everybody out because there's so much new stuff that they have. Remember, I didn't
Yeah.
know Lifeline even could do the whole
Healing.
The
revive.
healing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
without, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that until I got back on for the new season. And I was
Yeah.
like, shoot, it's a lot to learn, man. But once you do
It
get
is.
you a key character and you can branch off, it's going to make for a lot better gameplay from you. So
Right.
definitely get the characters down and know where you are and your surroundings.
Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, I think we covered just about what it takes to be an Apex legend. If you are interested in becoming an Apex legend, don't run into us. We don't smack that. Okay, moving on.
Right? Squad
These
wipe.
two are
What?
hard
Gang.
to get no more.
Right. Moving on. We got another topic that we wanted to cover, getting into the consoles, but Rhino had something that he wanted to talk about in regards to the PlayStation, which is kind of interesting. So Rhino, why don't you go ahead and get into that, G?
Oh, so how you was turned? Okay, if you want to go into that, it's a lot of Bro, I don't know where to start.
Which you want to
It's
direct
just
it to?
that Microsoft. Why you making me do this?
What? That's what you said you want? All right, so I'll
That's
get
you.
into it then.
That
I'll
is
get
you.
into it. So the question, I don't even think it's a question. So we're going into the console wars for the new season, right? So everybody is debating on what console to go with, whether we're doing Microsoft or we're going with PlayStation, we're going with Sony. I feel like this season, because of what we've been presented over the last few months in regards to the releases, with game releases, tech releases, everything with the new consoles, Xbox Series X as well as PlayStation 5, a lot of people are going to be switching consoles, whether it be from the PlayStation to the Xbox or the Xbox to the PlayStation. So my question for you guys are, for one, which system are you more excited about? Are you going to stick with your guns because we're all Xbox players? Or are we going to move on to the other side and test the waters? Or are you going to do both? Like, what is your ideal for these new console releases?
I can go first.
Go ahead, G.
I plan on getting both, but I'm gonna stick with the Xbox because I look at the Xbox Game Pass and how good it's been for the past months. Like we got some new releases from third-party games, goes directly on there and it's free, only $9.99 a month. And then also I'm looking at the smart delivery, how when some games that we buy on the Xbox One will automatically get upgraded to the Series X for free. Unlike with Sony is going to be a lot of loopholes. Like you have to buy this edition to upgrade. And I was looking at something with the new Spider-Man. If you buy it on PS4, you have to pay to upgrade it. Pay like a $40 to upgrade to the PS5 because there's no Ultimate Edition.
On top of a $60 game, so that's $100.
Yeah. So I remember buying GTA 5 on the Xbox, and then buying it again on the Xbox One for $60, and that was, to me, felt like that was one of the biggest mistakes of my life.
Yes, man, that's
gaming
a lot of
when
money,
I bought
man.
that. I was mad as fuck. But another thing is they have more terabytes. They're gonna have the terabyte drive, and that comes with the console with the Series X, and PlayStation has 825 gigs. So I look at the memory, and they actually having a partnership with Seagate.
Okay.
Or where you can they have a terabyte drive it's built in for the slot in the back of the Xbox Series X. And the last thing I want to touch on, I can't think of it right now. Y'all can take it away. Oh no, okay. The last thing I want to touch on is how they acquire Bethesda. Some Bethesda. Bethesda, yeah, Bethesda.
We better sip some water.
Okay. Bethesda is on was on the decline when it happened, when they got acquired. Like Fallout 76 was a disaster. I didn't even try that game out. I didn't want to buy it, but
they knew that though.
A lot of the games did start flopping, and I feel like Microsoft and Xbox can bring them on the rise, because I look at BioWare and Bungie and how right when they left Microsoft, how some of their games has been lackluster and not all the way there. Yeah. I mean, I personally love Mass Effect 2 and 3, but a lot of people didn't like the ending for Mass Effect 3. And then they were having it was like a problem with the PlayStation when it got brought to when it got Mass Effect 2, when it got brought to the PlayStation, it was a lot of problems. But Mass Effect will always be an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, and it's also a great franchise too.
Yeah,
Mass Effect is a great franchise.
It was, but Adrona just hit a big flop. And then Destiny is not all that good too for Bungie. And now Bungie's independent, and BioWare is with EA.
Yeah.
And I feel like they just took a big fall right when they left Microsoft. Like, we still ain't got Jade Empire for BioWare. Never made another one.
Mo?
I'm gonna stick with the Xbox. And the reason why I said that is because I've had it as a kid too. So I think, I don't know. I'm not down in PS4 players and PlayStation people, but I don't know. I'm just comfortable with Xbox. Like I'm comfortable with the Gaming Pass. I'm comfortable with everything that they have to offer. I think I may consider getting myself the new one. I don't know. Like the one I have is fine. Now, if we're talking about like the controllers and stuff, like if they're gonna do better, they do need to do better with their controllers. I will say, like their controllers are very faulty. Like they don't last, wireless or non-wireless ones. Like, so I don't know.
You
Is the
said for the
controller's
Xbox
gonna be
controller?
better? Yeah.
I think that's
Like
for
they're
both
so
sides.
faulty.
That's for both
funny.
sides. I know if you drop a PlayStation controller, that mug is just you're gonna hear the shaking in the thing already. Like, what the hell?
That's funny you say that because I don't know how. I wonder, like, do PS4 players have the same like problems as Xbox, like for the controllers? Because it's
Right.
like,
They don't
but
never have to use batteries.
yeah,
But
that's the only
I
thing.
know
That's
the
dope.
charge. Yeah, I know the charge doesn't last though.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be one of the things that really irritate me. Like, I have a charger station, but my wireless controller lasts so long. I could probably play for a whole day without my controller going out. So, like that, I appreciate that with the Xbox controller as well. Oh, did we lose both?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay.
But yeah, well, on my side, with the whole console wars deal and going to Xbox, I'm getting both. Okay, I'm gonna get both. But one thing that me and you talked about the other day, Rhino, that really stuck with me today, and I did a little bit more digging and really thought about what you said, is when I was talking about Microsoft and their exclusives and them having exclusives and them not having exclusives, which is not just limited to single player games. Exclusives can be multiplayer games too. But one thing that Microsoft has that I feel like the PlayStation isn't going to have and they're going to be playing catch up on is the streaming platform. Microsoft is going really big with the streaming stuff. And actually, they're already in the process. Their beta's done. They're actually getting it out there. Everybody right now is catching up on streaming. Like Google, what's the Google?
Stadia, is that
Stadia? PlayStation is just now really, I don't even know if they have any name for their streaming platform, if they're even doing it right now. But Microsoft, I felt, got ahead of the curve with their tech before they start pushing into the games. So I feel like what, like I said, me and you talked about was probably next, starting going into 2022, like the end of 2021, we're going to start seeing the fruit, pretty much what they're doing now, progressing to newer exclusives and newer games being introduced to the Xbox Series X on a whole different genre and platform. So it's good. I feel like it's gonna be crazy, man. The rumors with Sega got me excited, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But they got me excited because if they would have did that, I was like, "Hey, can we get a Dreamcast, a Sega Dreamcast reboot? Can we go that route? Can we get a Sonic reboot, a real Sonic reboot?" But the Bethesda thing just showed me that them spending that amount of money on a platform that you said, Rhino, was plummeting, just shows how much of an asset Bethesda can be to Microsoft. So just think about Bethesda getting a hold of Halo Infinite. As much shit as Halo Infinite just got, think of them getting a hold of Halo Infinite. Look at Doom, like.
Yeah, I'm saying, Doom beats the Master Chief, man.
Crazy.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy.
Crazy. So just that imagination of it is just like, dude, okay, I'm ready for it all, man. And that just shows you how big Microsoft Pockets is. If they want to go that route, they can go that route. But not pushing PlayStation to the side, because PlayStation got some things coming. I feel like PlayStation catered more towards
games,
the player. Not saying Microsoft didn't, but I also feel like PlayStation is showing all their cards up front. So you show your cards up front in the long haul, things may get a little shaky, but that's just me. I just feel like they're doing that. They're throwing all the games at us. They're throwing all the graphics at us, how everything's going to look so sheen, nice. Still going 60 frames per second. Let's not get on that. Xbox is going to be doing 120. Let's not get on that. But I'm just ready to see how these games roll out, man, and what we're going to get on release is going to be a big factor. So yeah, console wars is definitely a thing, but I think both sides have their assets and their pros and their cons. But I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the holidays.
I ain't backing on Sony. Sony got some good ass games that I want to play.
Exactly. But that's what they're showing us, these games too. That's a big difference. We're seeing these games visually. when Xbox did their indie rollout, like not hating on some of the smaller studios, but it was like I didn't really see anything that I was like, dang, I gotta get an Xbox to play it. You know, I stick to Microsoft 10, Windows 10 and play it on there. But Game Pass, if you're a gamer, okay. If you're a gamer, not saying that you play one game all the time, okay? If you're a gamer and you just like to experience different stuff and test the waters, Game Pass is excellent to have. And these are one of the things that I feel like Xbox has over PlayStation, because you can have a certain amount of games on the PC from Windows 10, and you can have a certain amount of games on the Xbox with the Game Pass for a cheap price. And you're
$9.99.
$9.99, and you're getting both your Xbox membership and you're getting all these games, hundreds of games that you probably won't even get through in months. I still got stuff downloaded on my Xbox I ain't even tried yet. So it's like Game Pass, if you're a gamer, definitely get the Game Pass and try out some of them games on there, man. Like Neon Abyss, I love that game. That game is pretty cool. But yeah, I think Xbox, man, I think they're going to have a big release next year. I don't think it's going to be this year. I think they're just going to roll out the system. We're going to get some of the other games that we already got on the platform now on the Xbox One and just some reiterations of it. But next year, going into the next holiday season, I think they're going to be releasing a lot of fire. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And I'm still
I hope they better.
Yeah. But before we do get out of here and end our first episode, man, the pricing. Let's look at the pricing though.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. You got the PlayStation.
It's not what I expected, because I thought it was gonna be way more expensive.
I think we only said that because of the tech. Like we like, oh man, this next gen console, they gotta be $600, $700. Nah, they kept it original price range that we played for the Xbox One last time, $499. That's not a bad price, yo.
It's not.
That's not a bad price.
And that's why I may consider. It's not a bad price at all.
Yeah, and we're getting basically a supercomputer in a system. So it's like that's definitely not a bad price. And then you got Xbox Series S, which I don't think I'm gonna get.
Nah.
And this is why. Xbox went with the smaller, with the without the hard drive. I mean, without the disk drive, right? So they went smaller without the disk drive, but they also took away the memory. So you're only getting 500 gigs. That's Call of Duty and GTA. That's only 2 games that you can have on one console. Like I don't, and that's one reason why I just can't get with Xbox going that route. And then, I mean, it is cheaper than the PlayStation without the disk drive. I think that one's $299, and then the PlayStation without the disk drive is $399. Which is the one I'm going to be copping. I'm going to be copping the PlayStation 5 without the disk drive, because I feel like that's where everything is going towards is digital nowadays. But Xbox kind of dropped the ball on that one.
That's the thing. I actually did want to say that they said to upgrade, if you do want to upgrade for free with the PS4, you have to buy the disc form. You cannot be digital. And you can only do it with the you can only upgrade for free with the $500 one with the disc in. So if you get the discless one, the discless tray, you cannot upgrade. You gotta pay for the upgrade.
That's not worth it. That's not worth it. I don't think that would be worth it. Nah.
It's always a catch, though.
It's always a catch.
Always a catch. Yeah.
But that's crazy. But yeah, I think they dropped the ball on that one, yo. They dropped the ball on that one. They should have just brought us the whole. You should just gave us one system if you were gonna do that. Like. There's no point in doing that. 500 gigs, half the games on my system wouldn't even hold 500 gigs. It'd be over that. So
that's pretty.
Yeah. But any last words, man, for the first official podcast of the Trios? Any last words from y'all in regards to gaming, man? Let the people know.
We're gonna bring you some good content.
Yeah, man, definitely. I'm looking forward to this, man. I'm looking forward to this ride.
I'm be excited. Gonna bring you some good content. Gaming, we all love gaming. We're all about gaming, and carry on, guys.
Tell them where they can find you right now.
Oh yeah, you can find me on Xbox King Rhino 27, and on Instagram Sweet Soul Gaming, and you can follow me on Twitter. But It's at your own risk. Sweet soul with a 3 at the end. Rock with a 3.
Mo, where can they find you at? Let them know your gamer tag.
Find me on Instagram at Crazy Apex Lady. You can find me on Twitch at Crazy Apex Lady TV. And you can follow me on Xbox One at BCrate2020.
There we go. And once again, I'm Pro SKS. That's Pro SKS on Xbox for now to the PlayStation 5. But Pro SKS, man, follow us on Gamingheaven100 everywhere. Check us out, man. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And if you like what you heard and it's something that you want us to discuss in the gaming form, anything gaming, let us know down below in the topics. Make sure you tell a friend as well. Share the video, and we're going to bring you guys some more heat in regards to these games, man. So let's have a good console release, and that gives it up for our episode 1. We are the Trios. Until next time, bang.